have a lot of notes, so that's what I'm going to be referencing. I just didn't want to like leave anything out. Starting off, I loved the humor in the first episode when she was talking about how someone said, like, can deaf people drive? And she was like, do you drive with your eyes closed? Silly question. Just like the misconceptions that like people make. And I don't know, I just thought I liked that. And then episode 1 made me think about, or like rethink, like go over the fact of the importance of like facing somebody directly and eye contact and all of those things. Just how like important it is and respectful it is, because that is how you're communicating with someone. Episode 2, I thought like when they were talking about the sign names, I really think that's interesting and I think that's really cool. Just how like it's personable and it's something that literally they only do in their community, and you have to wait until somebody gives you one. So I've always kind of been interested in like the sign names aspect of sign language. I think it's cool. The explanation of sound levels and what deaf people can or cannot hear in episode 3 helped me understand that hearing loss is different for everyone, because I feel like when like you just talk about it, it doesn't really register in your head like, oh, you know, there's different levels to this. They're not all just like on the same like wavelength. So oh, in episode 4, like how captions are for access to movies and TVs and just like videos in general. I like, you don't think about that until like it's being showed to you how like annoying it would be if they weren't like accessible. And I don't know, that would be very frustrating. In episode 5, I liked hearing about the deaf culture and habits because it shows that there's a strong sense of community and shared experiences. I just think everything about it is so neat. Episode 6, going over like tips about getting attention, and we went over that in class, just like tapping or waving. I liked how they explained like the do's and don'ts for interacting with deaf individuals, because it made the idea of communication feel less intimidating, because it's definitely intimidating, but yeah. Again, insight to how important eye contact is in facial expression. I already said that. Sorry. I was trying to jot it down. Like watching people closely is not rude in deaf culture, because I feel like if I was just talking to someone or like watching somebody speak and I was just like staring at them, like really trying to focus, that would be kind of like offsetting. But it's not rude, because that's how you understand conversations and like surroundings. First impressions matter. I learned that. Communication style, patience, and body language. Very, very important. They rely heavily on visual cues, not just hands, but face, posture, and movement. Sorry, I'm like skipping over some of them because some of them are like fairly similar. Oh, it made me like realize like how awkward or frustrating it might be when like people, to go back to like the like looking at each other and being very clear, it would be like frustrating if someone was not facing you and trying to talk to you or covering their mouth. And also it made me like kind of sit back and think about how easy it would be for deaf individuals to feel left out in group conversations, because like obviously us, like we talk over each other all the time. So if that were to happen, then I was just trying to like be considerate and think about, you know, what that would feel like if somebody just started like signing over you, basically. I don't think I'd be very happy. Watching the videos made me feel more confident that I could interact respectfully, because I now know like the small things that make a big difference. And yeah, those are just some of my notes. I really liked watching the videos.